Hello and welcome to episode number 3. We took a little week off for Thanksgiving fun. I had the kids from Wednesday to yesterday, or Saturday, I mean. I don't know what day it is. It's Monday, yeah. So, haven't really had time to record. Spent yesterday kind of relaxing, unwinding a little bit, chilling. And being Thanksgiving, I guess I can talk a little bit about being thankful. I guess a lot of people are, but I've noticed this year more than any that I had a lot more to be thankful for. And it's just funny how that works. Like when you feel like you have everything under control and everything, that you're not as grateful as when you have nothing. Like the struggle in the year that I've had has been so hard that even I was happy, like, hey, try to look at the bright side. Like, okay, so financially, life isn't going so great, but I still got my kids. They're all healthy. They're all good. Minus, kids are sick every freaking day. They're coughing in your face. But other than that, they're healthy. My wife's healthy. She's good. I'm relatively healthy. Like, my back's hurt, but it could be worse. I could be paralyzed from the waist down. I could be in and out of the hospital still, like I was earlier this year. Um, I could not be able to go to the gym. Like there's a lot of things that, so no matter how bad things are, and like you got to try to find those few little things you're grateful for. And I was thinking about it too on my drive here actually to come record this, that something small like being grateful can affect like your entire, it can snowball and not only affect your day, but ultimately, let's say a hypothetical, right? It could affect your life. So let's say bad as everything's been for me lately, let's say these past few months, I'm just a jerk to everybody. Anyone who talks to me, I'm not laughing, I'm not joking, I'm not my usual self. Then let's say I just happen to come across somebody who has an apartment for rent and I don't even know. And I'm a jerk to them and they don't tell me, hey, I have an apartment for rent. You're looking for an apartment. It's in your price range. Then I just lost out on an opportunity because I was a jerk, because I was having my own pity party and I walked around and was decided to be mean to everybody. So now I'm missing out on an opportunity that I should have had, but now I don't have because of my own self-destruction. So I guess that can kind of steamroll into everything from like networking to like, say you don't have a job, you're looking for a job, say you want to just get out and do something with your friends or something. Like they might not even invite you because they're like, nah, he's been a dick lately. I'm not going to go there with him because no, it's not going to be a good time. So just that little bit of being grateful and being positive can really change how everybody sees you and can honestly make your day a little better. Like getting a joke off when it's not necessary definitely makes my day better. I mean, I talked about it on the last episode, but it definitely helps out. So anytime I'm really struggling, I've noticed I'm more grateful for things and I try to let that snowball because it can either snowball in a good way or a bad way. So you got to kind of pick and choose, hard as it may be. Because I know they're like, oh, well, if you had a $1 bill, crumpled it up, throw it on the ground, stomped on it, would you still want that dollar bill? Like, I get it. But it's more easier said than done. But just something I was thinking about. Um, and since I'm talking about like my kids and stuff, a lot of posts that I've seen reminded me of this. It's kind of crazy to me as, so I'm technically by definition a single dad. I'm married, but I have kids from another relationship. So I'm a single dad in that aspect. So like a legal definition, I'm a single dad. So I've noticed a lot of times with single dads that we're the most ridiculed, judged, talked down to, like it's allowed to slander like your baby daddy or whatever you want to call that person. It's so easy for a woman to be like, my baby dad's a piece of shit. Then they have people on their Instagram or Facebook or whatever campaigning like, yeah, fuck that guy, he's a piece of shit, and you don't even know the man. And I'm guilty of this too. Sometimes I'll see little things like that and I'll be like, oh wow, I really thought that guy was like more involved in his kid's life, but I'm believing a stupid post that I'm seeing that the guy's a deadbeat. Or if like, and I notice a lot of times single moms will share shit like, and by single mom, I just mean a mom who has a kid with a guy who, and they're not together, not single. But a lot of times they'll post shit and let's say it's a little joke and it's like, oh, my baby daddy getting out of child support, ha ha ha. And everybody will instantly be like, man, that guy's a piece of shit. You don't really think about what that guy's going through. You don't think about his situation. You don't think about if he's contributing. You don't think about how often he sees the kids. Instantly, we just believe it. And I'm guilty, and I'm a single dad, and I'm guilty of being one of the people who just believes it. And it's crazy to me that it's just so okay for women to talk so openly about a guy they have kids with and just shit all over them, and everyone just believes it, and everyone just goes along with it. And it's just allowed as a society. We've just allowed it to happen. I've never in my entire life, if I'm wrong, please comment, let me know, share a link. But I've never in my life seen someone that I personally know share that their significant or their father of their children is a good dude or he did something good. It's always negative, always, always, always negative. So you're telling me of all the single dads, by definition of what I said, every single one of them is a piece of shit. There's no way. There's no way. I find it so hard to believe that women could just run around with no one's gonna even argue it. No one's even gonna like comment or no one's gonna say anything. But really you should keep that shit to yourself if it's true. But we don't know if it's true. We just take it at face value and we're just like, yeah, that guy must be a piece of shit. He's not there for his kids. Do you know if he's there for his kids? Do you know what he does? Do you know the effort he makes? Or on the flip side, do you know the effort the mother makes for him not to see his kids? You don't really think about that. It shouldn't be so one-sided. Even in the courts, it's the same way. It's not who's the best parent. It's not where would the child do better in, like what environment. Even the schedule when you're the non-custodial parent is bullshit. It shouldn't be every other weekend and then whatever. Like, that's just fucking crazy. Luckily, I have my kids just about every weekend, Friday to Saturday. Then the following week, I'll have them Friday to Sunday, sometimes more, sometimes less. Like if I have plans or mom has plans, whatever, we'll switch. But it's just wild that like courts just think, oh, well, the baby came out of her, so she is the best. And you suck. You're a deadbeat. You're a piece of shit. No matter how the relationship ended, it's all on you. And what? Who, like, you're a judge and you're just, I guess, judging. Like, you're just judging with no evidence, no nothing. It doesn't matter what the other person says. Pretty much, if the mom's not a drug dealer, you're good. Like, or a drug addict, you're good. Like, the mom's gonna win. And then it's based on what the mom says for agreeing on anything, which is also crazy. The whole concept of it is so outdated. And really, if you think about it, how many guys that you probably know that are in a relationship and put very little effort in as a dad? Not saying they're bad dads, not saying anything like that, but the distribution of what people do for kids, how it divvies up. Like, for example, I know there are dads out there that are married or in relationships or whatever who they barely contribute. Like, they barely do anything with their kids. Maybe once in a while they do a family thing. And this isn't hating on anybody. This is just saying that you can be a shitty dad in a relationship. Staying with the mom doesn't make you a great dad, you know? But for some reason, not staying with the mom, or if you guys break up and it's whoever decided to break up, you're the shitty dad. Is that really how we should view a good parent? You're a good parent if you stay. And mom, you're a good parent because you had a kid. It's not that cut and dry. It's not that black and white. But for some reason, as a society, as a culture, as a court system, all of it is the same. It's all the same. All dads are pieces of shit. I know dads I'm better than. I know dads I'm worse than. And I know dads that are in relationships, not in relationships. We're all over the place. Like, just because it's just like this podcast, huh? But not everybody's perfect. And not everybody, it matters what your home situation is, doesn't equal how good of a parent you are, how good of a student you are, how good you are at your job. None of it's not all like tied into one thing. Like, maybe you might be a better worker if you're a parent just because you have a reason, but you know what I mean? I just don't know if this is making sense. I'm kind of rambling, but I still think it's just crazy that all the time single dads are just shit on repeatedly. And no one checks the mom ever. Me included. I see the post and sometimes I think the same thing. And it's just wild. It's just wild that they're just allowed to run around, run amok, and everybody's like, yeah, that guy is a piece of shit. And the girl's like, woo, you go, girl. You're so right. You're better off without him. You don't know that. You don't know. You don't know anyone's situation. You're just chiming into something that you have no fucking clue about. It's but I digress. I digress. Uh like a good example is I had to quit my job because I was hurt and I couldn't drive to see my kids anymore. My doctor told me I couldn't drive to see my kids anymore from Pennsylvania to Massachusetts. It's about a 5 hour drive, a little longer with stops, sometimes traffic. I was doing it every other weekend, one way there, one way back to Pennsylvania, going to work the next day, and I had to quit that job because it was either a job that I couldn't even do because how bad my back was. So they would just be like, do whatever, doesn't matter. Like, you're not healthy, so just don't push yourself. Do whatever you need to do. They were great about it. But at the same time, I couldn't see my kids. Work was already painful enough, like just not doing anything. But not being able to see my kids was really the thing that I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to not see my kids. So I quit my job, came back here. And it's crazy because that even could be perceived as, oh, well, he's just trying to get out of paying child support because he got hurt, or did he really get hurt and he quit his job? Maybe he's just a lazy piece of shit. Like, you could look at it from either way you want to, or you go to the source and talk to me and find out, oh shit, this guy's really fucked up, and he moved back to see his kids after I was driving. Fuck. Oh, my mic cut out. Ooh, technical difficulties. Oh no. Is it? I don't know if it's still good. I'm gonna keep it rolling though. Fuck it. Hopefully it works out. But yeah, anyways, you can look at any story from any side and see a good and see a bad. And social media, a lot of times, that chops it up and makes it very easy for someone to be like, nah, and agree with you when they don't know the story. They don't know the story. Yeah, it's very frustrating for a guy like me, and I'm sure other single dads, because like, we have to go through this. We have to deal with ridicule and getting judged and getting looked at and getting talked behind our back when reality, people don't know us from a fucking hole in the wall. They don't know us at all. They don't know who we are. They don't know what kind of dad we are. But then if there's a mom out there and she's just posting pictures of her kids, and anyone could even look at it and be like, oh, she's such a great mom. And a dad too. A dad could post pictures and like, oh, he's such a great dad. Look at all these pictures. But that doesn't make him a great dad. Like, we just see things and we're like, oh, that must be true. It's a very touchy subject for me, as you can probably tell. The mic cutting out really threw me off my groove. Anyways, so I quit drinking. So that's been its own struggle. I don't know if anyone else has dealt with some drinking issues. It wasn't that I like get blackout drunk or I get crazy every time I drink or I get violent or mad. I pretty much quit drinking for obviously a health reason. And as I'm getting older, I just don't want to be that guy who needs a beer every single day. And I was turning into that because it's easy for me to be like, oh, well, my back hurts. So a few drinks, an edible, I take that, I go to sleep, and I'm good. Like, but it's so unhealthy to just be down in beers every night. I'm not getting drunk, but I'm like drinking, playing Call of Duty, chilling, and I just don't want to integrate drinking with everything that I do. Like, I shouldn't have to like have a beer in my hand to have a good time, no matter where I am. And I did this before, and I quit drinking, and I was like, okay, until I can get it under control. And I thought I had it under control until it wasn't in control. And it's been tough. I only started, so today that I'm recording this is Monday, the 28th. I stopped drinking the day after Thanksgiving, and I've already had challenges of like I said, playing Call of Duty. My cousin had a beer, and I was like, I really, I would like to open a beer right now, but I didn't. I took an edible, because I'm still THC friendly, but it frustrated me and it was tough. And then the next night we had to go to like family birthday dinner. Everybody got a drink, and I was like, what do you guys have? Do you guys have Pepsi or Coke? Like, and I cheated a little bit on my diet, like having a Pepsi, whatever. But I'd rather do that than drink. I'm trying to do better about my diet while I like roll with this drinking thing or not drinking. And so that was part of it. I put on a lot of weight since hurting my back, and spent a lot of time self-loathing, especially with all the struggles I've been through. I was drinking too much and eating too much, and I put on a lot of weight, and I'm not liking how I'm looking right now. So I'm trying to do better about it. Um, so yeah, I'll just started rolling with that. So if you don't see me with a beer in this episode, that's why. But see, the last two, I had a beer rolling the whole time. Even when I recorded the first version of this, I, I had a beer in my hand, and that was like a week ago because I said a lot more stuff about the single dad stuff, but thought it would be better to leave some of the details out. You know what I mean? So, and that's being not drinking versus drinking. Like even drinking, I was like, fuck that, air it out. No. Sometimes it's not always the move. Sorry for this shaky table too. I keep seeing it's very shaky. It's not sturdy. My setup is still, a work in progress, as you can see with my little backdrop here. I hope you like it. That's $7 at Walmart, so hopefully it's good. So yeah, I'm on 4 days, which is the longest I've gone since I quit drinking last time, which was like a year and a half ago. So that's kind of a big deal for me. So I don't have a soundboard yet, so I can't do the applause like Jordan. He got that fancy make a beats out of claps. And so yeah, I'm clapping for myself on that one. I still am green because I know like some people see it as an excuse, but I've noticed it helps me a lot at night, especially with like ADHD and back pain, all that like coinciding. For some reason, it just helps me relax. I take, 10 milligrams and I'm chilling. And then I go to sleep, wake up nice, fresh as a daisy, get finally like, that's the only time I can sleep all night. Other than that, I'm up every hour. So I'm still, doing that business. You know how much I like them Eddies. Anyone who knows me. So I kind of substituted one for the other, but I feel like that's still not as bad as drinking, and I've done my research on it. So, and I've always wondered like why people think like if I go into a room and I have some edibles and I'm like, does anybody want one? And everybody says no, or what? Let's say one person says no. Five of us, one guy is like, nah, I'm good. No one's like, why? What are you? Are you an addict? Are you sober? Did you just come out of jail? Are you in rehab? Are you like there's no questions like that. But if I turn down a drink, is everything okay? Mind your fucking business. What do you mean is everything okay? Treat it like weed. Just don't say anything. It's not your fucking business if I don't want to talk about it. Me, I'm open. I don't care. Anyone who talks to me, I'll tell them. And then a lot of times they'll feel stupid when they ask me because I'll say why I quit drinking, and then it's like kind of awkward. And they're like, yeah, totally. And then they're drinking, and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, you get it. But I don't know. With weed, it's not looked at the same, and I think that's weird. Like, what's the worst thing that someone's done on weed? You eat too much. That's it. I'm not more inclined to go drive. I'm not more inclined to go out. I'm not more inclined to do anything except maybe watch a documentary or like a stand up or eat everything that I see. So that part's been hard because I'm trying not to trying to diet, and also I take some edibles. Like last night, I took some watching the game with my dad, and then my mom's like, "Oh, and there's blueberry pie." I was like, "Don't mind if I do." And then I had a piece of that at like 9 p.m. It was like, "Oh God, I gotta reel it in, dude." So yeah, that's how things are going with me, and I think I'm gonna call that an episode. I think I'm good there. Almost 20 minutes, not bad. We're getting better every week. We're trying. So, might start having guests on here. I haven't decided how I want to do that yet, but I've had a few people hit me up and ask. I don't know if they watch or not. If you do, cool. Um, so yeah, I guess I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And I'm going to try to upload all these onto an audio platform now. I've only done YouTube, but be sure to check me out. Then on Instagram, everything, Healed Jason, Jason, kind of like how it is in my YouTube name. It's all the same. It's all connected. If you've ever seen Manifest, it's all connected. Like that little kid, he gets it. All right. I'm going to keep rambling for hours if I stay on this. So thank you for joining, and peace. But I said peace.